Bibby, and I'm with you today on this absolutely fantastic species-rich heath here on the west coast of Scotland. I am a conservation advisor for SAC Consulting, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about lesser butterfly orchid. We're going to look at why it's special, how to tell the difference between lesser and greater, and if you're lucky enough to have them on your farm, how to look after them. Butterfly orchids are easy to recognise as they occur as tall spikes of creamy white flowers, up to about 30 centimetres in height. Lesser butterfly orchid appears in June and July on heathy ground in damp, acid grassland and is not an easy plant to find. The more common greater butterfly orchid also flowers June and July in old hay meadows, grasslands and the edges of woodlands. Flowers of both species have a strong sweet smell during the evening to attract hawk moths, which pollinate the flowers during the night. Hawk moths are large moths over an inch long who have long tongues. As they reach for the nectar with their tongue, the pollinia come off the flower and attach themselves to the moth to be transported to another flower. The trick to butterfly orchids is being able to differentiate the greater from the lesser, which you can easily do from the flowering spike. The best way is to look right into the flower and look at the angle and distance between the two club-shaped pollinia, pollen sacs, in the mouth of the flower, which is easy to see by eye. In lesser butterfly orchid, the pollinia lie close together, about 1 millimetre apart, and parallel, forming an equals shape. In greater butterfly orchid, they are widely spaced at the base, divergent to about 3 millimetres apart and forming an inverted V shape. Lesser butterfly orchid is a UK biodiversity action plan species and is on the Scottish biodiversity list. Once widespread, this is a declining species, now lost from 75% of its sites in England, but still widespread across northwest Scotland in particular. A scarce plant that often has less than 10 flowering spikes in many of its Scottish sites. Threats to lesser butterfly orchid are overgrazing, particularly in the spring, when flowering spikes are just emerging and are easily damaged. The plant grows on heaths, and habitat loss can also be an issue, when heathlands are lost to improvements, which encourage more grass, such as drainage or fertiliser. Burning of heath sites in the spring is a big problem for this plant and will very quickly wipe out a colony. Light grazing, with occasional heavier grazing, seems to be the best. This grazing pattern is likely to be more difficult in heathlands, but again the aim should be to maintain open habitats which have a mosaic of grass and heather, without allowing the heather to dominate and outcompete the lesser butterfly orchid. Lesser butterfly orchids are indicators of ecologically important sites, often with a long history of low input grazing or cutting. They occur with a wide range of associated biodiversity, including many insects and birds, both common and rare. In summary, to help support populations of lesser butterfly orchid, consider the following. They like light grazing, so don't overgraze, particularly in the spring. Don't burn heathlands, which damages these orchids and many other native plants. Don't improve heathlands with fertiliser or drainage. More information on national priority species and looking after lesser butterfly orchid can be found on the Farming Advisory Service website.